Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kellen here from Start Your Systems, along with Todd from Start Your Systems as well, as we're going to race each other on 125s today on a custom track in Monster Energy Supercross 5. Primetime TB Round 1 by J.S. Robinson is going to be the track that we're doing today. First off, Todd, hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing very well. Ready to shred some 125s here on this Supercross track, which you originally found. And
Yep.
we're just going to, I guess, try to do a good 10-minute session on it and see who comes out on top.
Yeah, just I guess see who comes out on top and just survives. That's basically what it's gonna be like on a 125. So
Well, there was a triple jump that you say you're getting out of a corner that I don't think I can get even once.
it's
So we'll
it's
see.
tough. It is tough.
Well, we're riding the 125s. I'm on the Suzuki 125, which is like the, I think, 05, 06 model. And you're on the Honda 125, which is right in that same area, like 04 to 05, right at the end of those Honda days. So we're old school throwback, getting ready to shred.
Yeah, let's get into it, man.
All right, ready up when you are ready to go.
Oh,
And we'll jump on in. All right, I'm hoping this works.
You're
I
waiting on me?
haven't done a private lobby before, but it's
mm-hmm.
going smoothly so far. Positive signs.
Yeah, we're loading in. Okay, we're good.
This is not what the track looks like, by the way.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough with AI too. This is gonna be difficult.
I hope it doesn't have my push to talk thing on the whole time.
The AI is different.
How many AI were there? Like 6, 7?
Yeah, and they're not. I don't think that they're the actual pro writers.
Oh yeah, they're like randos. Oh no,
Yeah.
they are the pro riders.
Wait.
I'm so
But
confused.
there was only like 8 on the gate.
I know, and now it's
Okay,
packed again. But
Oh, it's
here we
12.
go.
Okay, so you can only have. Okay, so there's 10 others. Got it.
Well, we put the AI on realistic. I don't know if they're going to actually be difficult for us or not. But first section, it doesn't look like they're going to be too difficult.
Yeah, I feel like they always struggle, at least in the first corner, on custom tracks because they just
And-
don't know what to do.
I've already cased the triple that you think you're going to smash me on.
I'm kind of stuck back here, and I'm sitting in 7th, so I'm working my way back. I lost it in the first corner. Yeah, even on realistic, these guys are only like really doubling things, so I don't think there'll be much of a challenge for us. See if I can catch you now.
Got to try to put it in some heaters out front.
These whoops are tough.
I know you don't play this game as much as I do for sure, but like, is there any specific areas that you're like, I don't know, not great at or like really trying to figure out about the game still, I guess?
Well, I mean, I guess when I first started playing the game, compared to I played a lot of MESX 2. That was probably my favorite MESX game. And when I started playing MESX 5, I felt like the biggest problem I had was the way that the tracks are now built. I'm talking about not the custom tracks, obviously, but like the tracks in the game that came stock with the game. A lot of the timings were very difficult in the rhythms.
Yeah.
Like they're not consistent from track to track. So it's like you kind of have to grind the tracks to get used to them, more so than you used to have to do in the past. They're not like consistent like transitions.
Well, what frustrates me about what you're talking about is that how are we on the 5th game already and they still like, even though they say they 3D render the tracks and all this stuff like that, they still have like such funky, messed up transitions and like weird shaped jumps. I just don't understand how they get it that wrong.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's definitely one of my complaints is like, yeah, like it's so cool that they can 3D scan and like get the color of the dirt and like the track, the look of the dirt, but then they kind of miss the target when it comes to the transitions and just the spacing of everything. It's just some things are like way too spaced out, but most of the time I would say my main complaint is things are just not spaced out enough.
Yeah.
It's becoming more of like a timing thing, which I like a challenge, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it just doesn't make sense. The timings just don't work out.
Right. Well, so like you're saying, you came from Supercross 2 to this.
Yeah.
What do you think of the track editor jumps? Because I feel like the shaping of the jumps have gotten worse. as the games have gone on, but maybe that's just me.
I mean, I remember playing MESX2 because I think you actually made a ton of like replica tracks in MESX2, and those are actually really fun. Like we spent a lot of time playing those tracks, and honestly, I mean, it's been a few years, so I can't really tell you exactly if I feel a difference in the way that the options that are given to you to build these tracks.
Right.
I don't know. I don't really have anything to say about that. I guess I'd have to go back and like play MESX2 custom tracks again.
All right, fair enough.
And then come back to this.
I don't mean to put you on the spot. I just trying to jog your brain a little bit here.
Well, I mean, then what do you think though? Like, do you think
I think they've gotten worse.
Said that it's gotten worse, but in what way?
The jump shapes,
the options that you're given, or
no, the jump shapes. It's like the takeoffs are fine, but the landings of each jump are so peaked out in the way they do it now. Like I feel like with Supercross 1 and Supercross 2, when you use the track editor, there was actually like a downside to jumps to land on. Now on these tracks, I feel like you have to basically time every jump completely perfect to find the downside of those jumps anymore, and I don't really like that.
Okay, so you had more margin for error back then, as you do, like more so now.
Yeah,
more
I mean,
so
there's definitely more options to choose from in these newer games with track editor, but I just don't feel like they encapsulate what a jump shape really is like. Like, yes, the takeoff is going to be peaky, but the landing should not be straight up and down as well, kind of thing.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, I think I do like I've spent a little bit of time like trying to make my own tracks, and I haven't really pushed anything out to live yet for everybody to ride, but like I've just been messing around, and I do like the fact that there's more sand options. Like you can make a lot of things sand now than compared to what it used to be in MESX2. I don't know if that's a new thing for this game, but I do like that option.
Yeah, they definitely. I think it was last year was when they really opened it up so that you could do all the sand options. But I agree that it's nice that they give you, I guess, like multiple terrain options. One thing I'm hoping for in the future with Track Editor is that they give you, like, you could do Georgia Red Clay, or you could do like Seattle Moon Dirt, or like other
Boxborough Moon Dirt. Yeah.
Right, yeah, like other looks. So maybe the track stays hard packed like a California track, or it gets really rutted up and gnarly like those Moon Dirt tracks or whatever. Because right now it's literally just you get 8 stadiums, they're all predetermined sizes, and they're all the same dirt. So
yeah,
a little stale.
I think it'd be cool too to do like maybe even give you like a test track option kind of look, where it's just like a flat piece of land that's out in the middle of nowhere. Or,
agreed.
Yeah,
like it'd be really, really cool if they to some degree gave you enough leeway to like make your own compound. Like it could be all flat even, but like build a couple Supercross tracks on it and like lay a house or a couple buildings or a garage or whatever, so you have like your own place.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. That's something I could see them definitely doing too. I don't think that's too far out of their wheelhouse, you know? Like, I feel like that's a relatively easy thing you can do.
Right, especially to give like the career mode some flavor too. So like you could even have your garage and fill it up with all the motorcycles that you own and have them on like stands and stuff like that as like a showroom. And,
go all Madden. I see it.
Go all Madden. Well, let's stay away from the EA model as much as possible here. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would like to see it happen in a moto game, you know, just to switch things up.
Yeah.
Something different like that would be cool. Like give us like I know you play a lot of sports games. You play a lot, you know, baseball games and things like that. And it's like EA does a relatively cool, they do like these, like in F1, how they did Breaking Point this year.
Yeah.
Something like that along that kind of storyline for these games would be pretty sweet. Like it doesn't have to be anything crazy. As long as it's like 4 to 6 hours long of like a cool story. You have me. Like I'm signed up. Like let's go. Like
I totally
love
agree.
that stuff.
The one thing that the Milestone folks had told me about why they don't do a more in-depth story mode is because they released the game in I guess like 14 different languages, so that part's tough to always have all of the narration,
subtitles, and
yeah. But to me, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, why couldn't those games in the past, like you just release it? You released it in English, to, you know, as like a story mode that's in English for the whole thing. And then, yeah, you just translate the subtitles. Like all you need to do is contract that workout just for someone to listen to it and translate the subtitles. But
oh, hamburger.
I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, we've gone 7 minutes or 8 minutes on this track and haven't talked about it once. So, Todd, what do you like about J.S. Robinson's track design here?
So the first thing that caught me, like, it was, you know, when you're scrolling through all these tracks and finding one to pick, I like the look of the layout just from not even, you know, hopping on the track. I was like, hey, this looks like a Supercross track. Like, it's not like a fantasy track or like overly done. This looks like a proper track. And then started riding it, and I'm like, man, okay, this is pretty cool. But the one thing that it kind of works with the 125, other than, you know, consistently making that triple.
Yeah.
This track really kind of flows for a 125, so it's fun. It's a challenge, but it's not too bad to where it's like you're casing every single little thing. I think on a 250 or a 450, yeah, this track would be really, really, like, I could see myself just putting, you know, hours, but, you know, just a lot of motives onto this track because it's fun.
He's going to put that in the review of his next track, like, TG at Starter Systems, hours on the track.
I keep frame casing this triple. I'm trying so hard to get it again.
I did get it a couple times, and yeah, I keep frame casing it as well.
Yeah,
try
that's
to
like
keep you close here. But yeah, I do like this track. I agree with you, everything that you said about, like, it's got the more real feel to it.
Yeah, spacing's good.
One thing that I am enjoying about looking at some of these custom tracks as we've gone through and tried to pick a few out is everybody has kind of their own unique style or way of laying jumps, I guess. Like with me, I always try to put a certain spacing between jumps, and then I maybe get used to that and how that feels. So it's kind of, I guess, fun just to play a different feel entirely, like something out of someone else's brain. And that's what's cool about this track editor thing that they have.
See, but I also think that in a way this is similar to your spacing though too, because that's one of the first things I thought to myself when I played this was like, okay, this feels like it works. Like it has a flow to it. Nothing is like weirdly or oddly spaced out or too close or too far. Like it has a good flow to it. And your tracks typically, I think you kind of have always taken pride in like making things feel realistic. And I kind of got the same vibe with this track too, where it's like, okay, this is kind of like a Kellen type, you know, custom track. So
yeah. All right. Okay. Fair enough. I'll agree with you just because now you're like blowing smoke up me a little bit. So I'll take the compliment.
I mean, I wasn't the only one. I remember back in like the MESX 2 days, everybody loved your custom tracks. So
yeah. I still a little bit wish that we were able to run like a race series on, you know, custom replica tracks, because I feel those are better than the ones in the game, just honestly speaking.
Yeah, that would. They don't allow you to do that?
No, you can, but I remember with DMR, like they just shied away from doing that and stuff like that.
I mean, I know that we had thrown around the ideas of it for sure, but it definitely it adds more steps to it too.
Anyway, all right. Well, this has been a 10-lap showcase 125 challenge on Prime. What, I can't remember the name of it now. Prime Time? Is that what it is? Prime Time Round 1 or something like that? Oh, there it is. Prime Time TB Round 1 by J.S. Robinson.
Round 1, yeah.
All right.
Oh, you got another 109s. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. I dipped down in there. All right, good fun, Tej. Thanks for joining me in another video here. And yeah, shredding some 125s.